Welcome back to Andersen Acres. Today we're starting the first video in a three-part series all about pleasure driving shows, specifically for miniature horses. If you've heard people talk about pleasure driving and wonder what it actually means, how it works for minis, and whether it might be a good fit for you and your horse, this video is meant to give you a solid, realistic foundation without making the whole thing feel intimidating or out of reach. Pleasure driving shows are rooted in the long history of carriage driving, and at their core, they're about showcasing harmony, presentation, and enjoyment. With miniature horses, this tradition is scaled down in size, but not in importance. These shows are designed to highlight the partnership between horse and driver, the correctness of training, and the overall picture of a well-prepared turnout, rather than pushing horses to their physical limits. One of the biggest differences between pleasure driving and other driving disciplines is the emphasis on atmosphere and intention. Pleasure shows are meant to feel elegant and controlled, with an appreciation for tradition and detail. That doesn't mean they are outdated or stuffy, but rather that they value polish and care. With miniature horses, this often appeals to owners who enjoy thoughtful preparation and steady progress more than just fast-paced competition. Another key element of pleasure driving shows is that they tend to place less pressure on extreme fitness requirements. Miniature horses still need to be conditioned appropriately and trained correctly, but the focus is not on endurance, speed, or intense obstacles. This makes pleasure driving an attractive option for minis who thrive on consistency, calmness, and routine, rather than explosive athletic demands. Because of this, pleasure driving shows are often a great fit for miniature horses with good minds. Horses that are steady, willing, and responsive tend to shine in this environment. Judges are looking for smooth transitions, consistent gaits, and a horse that listens to the driver. A mini that stands quietly, moves forward willingly, and maintains composure in the ring is demonstrating exactly what this discipline values. Presentation plays a central role in pleasure driving, and that applies just as much to miniature horses as it does to the larger equines. Grooming, harness fit, vehicle choice, and driver attire all contribute to the overall picture. In pleasure shows, everything is considered a part of the performance, not as separate elements, but as a cohesive whole. With minis, attention to proportion and fit becomes even more important because small details are so much more noticeable. It's also important to understand that pleasure driving shows are formal events. While that doesn't mean you need the most expensive equipment or the fanciest setup to participate, it does mean that appropriateness matters. Judges are evaluating how suitable your turnout is for the class, the horse, and the discipline. For miniature horses, that often means choosing equipment that complements their size and movement rather than overpowering them. Many miniature horse owners are drawn to pleasure driving because it offers a structured way to enter the show world. These shows provide clear expectations and a consistent framework, which can be reassuring for drivers who are new to competition. Knowing what is expected in terms of manners and presentation and performance allows you to focus on preparation rather than guessing what the judge wants. At the same time, pleasure driving should not be mistaken for being casual or unimportant. These classes require training, practice, and attention to detail. Horses are expected to work willingly at the appropriate gaits, respond to rein aids, and stand quietly when asked. Drivers are expected to demonstrate control, awareness, and respect for the ring. For miniature horses, this creates a discipline that rewards thoughtful handling and steady training over flashiness. Another benefit of pleasure driving shows is the diversity you'll often see in the ring. Miniature horses of different builds and backgrounds can succeed here, provided they are presented correctly and trained appropriately. This discipline does not demand one specific look as long as the horse is suitable for the job and performs the required work with consistency and manners. Pleasure shows also tend to foster a supportive environment, especially for newcomers. While competition is certainly present, there's often an emphasis on learning, improvement, and appreciation for the discipline itself. Many miniature horse owners find these shows can be welcoming spaces where they can gain experience, ask questions, and grow more confident with each outing. Another aspect that appeals to many drivers is the opportunity to enjoy the process. Pleasure driving encourages participants to take pride in preparation, from grooming the horse to polishing equipment and selecting appropriate attire. This ritual of readiness becomes part of the enjoyment, reinforcing the idea that the experience itself is just as important as the result. As this series continues, we'll be diving deeper into the practical side of pleasure driving with miniature horses. In the next video, we'll focus entirely on turnout, equipment, and presentation. We'll talk about what judges mean when they say formal, how to make smart choices with the equipment you have, and how to prioritize fit and suitability without feeling pressured to overspend. In the third video, we'll walk through the different classes commonly found at pleasure driving shows and explain what judges are looking for with each one. Understanding how working, reinmanship, turnout, and other classes are judged can help you decide where you and your miniature horse might feel most comfortable and confident. For now, the most important thing to take away is that pleasure driving shows offer miniature horse owners a way to participate in a long-standing driving tradition that values elegance, partnership, and thoughtful preparation. These shows are not about rushing or pushing limits or chasing speed. They are about showing your miniature horse at their best, enjoying the discipline, and building a strong, respectful working relationship. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. If you're curious about pleasure driving shows or are already involved and want to share what drew you to them in the first place, leave a comment and tell me what part of the experience you enjoy most or what questions you still have. We'll see you tomorrow.